I worked with Sharon a few years ago. I was invited to film one of her training courses where she was working with dentists, teaching them how to use hypnotherapy techniques and hypnoanalgesia with their patients. And it was very impressive, and I learned a lot even though I was behind the camera doing my job. But I never thought I would need Sharon's services. That was until my son, who was 10 at the time, needed a very deep filling done. He'd had one done a year or two before, which had to be done under general anaesthetic. It was such a deep, it was right on the nerve. He hated the procedure, he hated the needles, and it took him about a day and a half to get over the anaesthetic. And I didn't really want him going down that same route. So I spoke with Sharon and said, do you work with children, and would you be willing to work with him so he can have his tooth drilled? And she said yes. So we had a couple of sessions at her surgery in St John's Wood where she practiced with my son, getting him relaxed and in the right state of mind. She even practiced on me. She got me to use my finger with Oliver, my son, rubbing it on there, making it numb. Of course, I've had anaesthetic in my mouth and I know what it feels like, and I started dribbling because my mouth drooped just from the suggestions. So I knew it kind of worked. And my dentist, he was great. He said, yes, I've done this at university, but I haven't worked with hypnotherapy before, hypnoanalgesia, since university, but I'm willing to do it. If you are consenting as the parent, then yes, I'm happy to do it. So Oliver went in, he had his tooth drilled and he had this filling done. He didn't flinch a bit. And within 20 minutes of having the tooth done, we were back at home eating fish and chips. Once he'd had his lunch, he was back at school. Now, it took him, as I said, over a day to get over the last time. This time, in, sorted, done, food, back to school. Amazing. He also had to have a tooth extracted. Now, the dentist said to me, if the filling goes well, then we will go for the tooth extraction, but we'll leave it another month or so. Sharon did him a little MP3 to put on his iPad so he can listen, so he could practice getting into the trance, getting relaxed. And then we went and had the tooth removed, and he was so calm all the way through the procedure, he didn't move a bit. Now, my son has a needle phobia, and there he was having his tooth yanked out his mouth. I was really fortunate, or not as the case may be, being present while the procedure was going on, because I was filming it. And as a father, watching your child going through something can be really nerve-wracking, but I felt completely confident in Sharon's ability and also my son's ability, because they were working together on this, and the procedure went really well. He didn't flinch at all. The tooth was pulled, plopped into a little cup, he rinsed his mouth up he went, off we went. Amazing. So if you have nervousness about going to the dentist, or you have a procedure where you maybe need anaesthetic or some help with pain relief but would prefer not to go down the chemical route, then Sharon is certainly somebody worth talking to for yourself or for your children. She is amazing.